Well, this is Nick Naphacker coming to you live from Virginia Beach, Virginia, with my video log for Doctor Who Series 5, Episode 1, The 11th Hour, starring Karen Gillan and Matt Smith. This is going to be probably in 4 parts because my recorder only lets me record for so long, so I have to make this quick. First portion, I just want to talk overall thoughts of the episode. As everybody well knows by now, this episode takes place right as End of Time Part 2 leaves off, just after the regeneration of Dr. 10 to Dr. 11, David Tennant and Matt Smith. The TARDIS is crashing to Earth, and the Doctor has to stop it before he gets himself killed. And also kind of has to deal with learning the physicality and the needs for his new body and his personality quirks, all while dealing with new companion Amy Pond and the mystery that lies within the crack in her bedroom wall. Once you get past the first 5 minutes of the episode, of the initial crash sequence, which, I don't know if cheesy is the right word, showing Matt Smith clutching the outside of the TARDIS trying not to fall off. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. It didn't do much for me. But I think it's probably because I'm still smarting from End of Time Part 2. I'm very much a Tennant fan, so. But I promised myself I would reserve judgment until watching this episode. Writing, top notch as usual, brilliant. Especially the sequence, the Matt Smith's writing. With only a couple hiccups, the writing was great. I cannot bring myself to say Geronimo, and I thought when he did it at the end of Time Part 2, it was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever heard. But each Doctor has their own quirk, and like for 10, it was Alan Z. I guess Geronimo is his, and it's all well and good for him. What else? Opening title sequences, completely brand new, threw me for a loop. Wow. I knew it was probably going to change. I didn't think it was going to change that distinctively. I knew that the actual title, like the banner, was changing, but I didn't know that the actual sequence itself was going to completely revamped. That was the way it looked. It was very old school. I know that Moffat is a very classic Who fan from back in the day, Tom Baker era, Pertwee era, and I was always half expecting to see Matt Smith's face pop up in the vortex shots there. I'm glad that it was. It wasn't bad. It's something that you just have to get used to, I guess. And I think over time, I probably will. Storyline. I've heard a lot of people on YouTube that did the vlog for this saying that they thought the story was less about the creature and more about the Doctor trying to cope with being in this new body and deal with things, and I think that's true. The creature storyline was kind of a sideline because it was at first, in the sequences in the past when he meets her for the first time when she's little, the story is slow to move. But once he comes back 12 years later and meets her as a grown woman, then it starts picking up pace real quick. And it's more about him learning himself than it is about the creature, because the Doctor can find any creature. That's not the bigger deal. We all knew that the idea behind this episode was him dealing with himself, just like Christmas Invasion back in 2006 when David Tennant was trying to slip into Eccleston's shoes. I do have to say I am impressed with Karen Gillan. I was initially skeptical at first because she looks so young. I was afraid that people were going to accuse the Doctor of robbing the cradle. but she has this fire to her that kind of gave me a little twinge there because she reminded me a little bit of Donna with her fiery attitude and also with her, she has this innocence, this childlike innocence about her that's also reminded me very much of Rose, who is my favorite of all of the three. And I thought it seemed like she was a good blend of that. She has Donna's fire and enthusiasm. She has Rose's strength and a little bit of her innocence. But I think all of the companions have it when they first meet him. They're just, you meet someone who's just on the cusp of being brilliant. And I think I'm pretty sure that she is going to get there. Because even as a child, she had this unimaginable strength. Not having her parents being gone, and her aunt obviously not caring that much about her, leaving her in the house all by herself. For a child of 7, she already knew how to cook her own food. She knew how to take care of herself. No one was there. She seemed like she had that need and the loneliness that the doctor was looking for. She also had the strength. But I think she's going to make a good companion. I just wish she'd stop being so wide-eyed. Matt Smith, what can I say? He's definitely got the manicness down pat. I'll give him that. That was easy to see within the first 10 to 15 minutes of the episode, especially the food scene. Oh my god, the food scene. And it's definitely a vast difference between him and 10, because 10 ate anything that even remotely resembled food. He would stick his fingers in jars and eat anything. I guess 11's more picky, which is fine. Custard and fish sticks, yeah. Kind of gross. I think he did a good job of portraying the doctor, trying to dip his toe into a new body, trying to deal with still being in the first 24 hours of the regeneration cycle. So, he was feeling the TARDIS's pain because the TARDIS was regrowing itself, which explains the entire new inside of the TARDIS and the new paint job on the front door. Okay, I'm going to cut this one short and come back for part 2 in just a minute.